Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today is Sunday, September the 14th. Sundays are our fun days, my I don't have to run days, where we can do anything that we gosh darn please. And I've been thinking about this. I was trying to figure out what are we gonna do today. So last Sunday, we built this beautiful monument to all of our wonderful channel members and Patreon supporters. And, oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, as part of a little project, was that, wait, hold on, when did I do this? This was on Sunday, right? Oh, no, this was Friday. This was our Fan Friday. This is what we did on Sunday. And I said on Sunday that I would move these things around, and I did, and it's been like that all week, and I don't think I've mentioned it once. But yeah, remember we had the axe over here. I moved it over here, and it's down a bit. And then I buried this entire thing right here. So now you put the seeds in up top, and then you kind of have to do a little maneuver. You gotta, like, crouch and then right-click, but sometimes if you have an item in your hand when you crouch, you have to, like, it doesn't quite work, so you have to, like, bare hand right-click it. But it works fine, you know, it gets the job done, and it keeps it tucked out of the way, which is nice and fun. But we're not doing anything with that today. I thought actually, you know, I was trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do? What sounds like fun to me on my I don't have to run day? And I was like, I want to dig this hole. Because we've been talking about it for a while now. We've been talking about digging into the basement here and trying to figure out whether or not we can connect the outside to this floor? Although it might actually be this floor. We'll have to start digging to find out. So what my idea was, in order to minimize the amount of digging I would have to do before I figured out exactly how I wanted to dig it, well, we could use the map. We could use F3. And that would be the easiest thing in the world, right? Go inside, check F3, or go out here, right? Stand right here, sort of at level. Hit F3, okay? Take note of our Y value, 72. And go inside and see what floor that corresponds to. And don't accidentally take a screenshot, which is what I just did. But I thought it would be more fun to instead line ourselves up with the center here, which helps because there's a lantern there, and then just kind of do this and start digging and see where we end up. This is fun because I genuinely don't know. I think it's going to end up being that third basement level where we have nothing, but it could just as well end up being the, oh, here we go, polished deep slate. Okay, so what's going to be on the other side? Or is this a corner piece? That's a good question. We don't know. We're about to find out. I'm going to say it's the tier. It's at a level with, I'm trying to be reasonable. I don't think it's the sugarcane. I don't think it's sugarcane. Yeah, I don't think it's the reeds or the sugarcane, whatever you want to call it. Reeds is the proper term. I don't care what it is in the game. All right, the OGs know. I'm going to say it's the floor below that. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. As wrong as can be. Absolutely as wrong as can be. Well, that's okay. It's time to begin the extraction process, and we've actually got to determine how wide we want this place to be. So I'm going to go ahead and, where is that lantern? Right there in my inventory. Temporarily, for the time being, I'm going to put the lantern right there, and that doesn't actually need to be there, because now we know you just need to right-click it to set, not right-click it, but apply a redstone power to turn it on, and then you apply it again to turn it off. You don't need to leave it on. So that kind of separates the bulbs from the lamps in an interesting way. But we're going to now dig all of this out. It actually could not have lined up better. Like, I would have preferred it also be center with this room, but that was too much to ask for, considering we weren't really paying attention concerning the centering of the two different things. Now, there is a part of me that does worry that by having all these different entrances and exits now, because we've got quite a few of them, we may sort of be at risk when it comes to sort of an outside attack. There are many vectors now through which someone could potentially enter our domain, which is something we need to be weary of. Weary, but not afraid. And I am not afraid. Wickle Pip Whistle hasn't been seen in a while and won't be seen in a while. Don't need to worry about them. I'm saying that with a lot of confidence as if I know, but I don't know. Why is there so much deep slate tile in here? At what point did I, like, fill all of this in with deep slate tile? I guess probably when I was working on the upstairs there. Actually, yeah, no, that probably was when I did it. Oh my gosh, I like, filled in entire sections with it, didn't I? We're gonna repurpose it. Because we need it right now for this this roof here. And the floor, for that matter. definitely need it for the floor. Whereas we extracted a lot of stone while digging the tunnel that we can use to fill back in these segments. This is great, because it basically means that we stored this tile for use later. If anyone ever goes back and rewatches this series in a few years, you can see the exact moment, potentially, where I started filling in holes with that stuff. Probably when we worked on the remodel upstairs to expand that room. That's probably exactly when we did it. And so that was like months ago now. Goodness me, a long time ago. You know what? Maybe we ought to start putting down like date markers for different things. For like when we complete different projects and things, just slap a date on it. Of course, we have the YouTube record. We can go back and just like view the various different days and things. But like it'd be nice to have a record of when we did things in world, so I don't have to go back to YouTube and check. So like if we wanted to go stick a sign right now on, well, we're not going to do it right now, but if we wanted to, we could go stick a sign, for example, on this, like off to one side with the date of when it was constructed. Maybe even the video episode, like, number. I wish we'd been doing that from the beginning, now that I've kind of put that idea out there, and I think we're going to have to start. Okay, what have we got to work with in our handy-dandy chest? Everything. Everything we need. Hopefully there's enough deep slate brick. If not, we've got more to work with. We're going to need more tile. We're going to maybe need stairs. We might end up taking all of this wall out in the future to extend this operation. We don't need to. Despite all the times we've said we're going to do that, we've never been short on sugarcane. It's just unnecessary. We just don't actually need to do that. And we will unlikely ever need to do that. This is how I would like tunnels to be built in the future, using the stairs like this. We've done it once before, and bonus points to whoever can remember where. That's right, it's the tunnel downstairs. It's the only other tunnel we have, really. Oh wait, no, we have two of them. There's this one back here as well. Yeah. So fair enough if you thought that one. We start it like that? Yeah, I suppose we do. That looks pretty good. Hey! Now we just need to work on lighting. And we've been using lanterns everywhere, but I kind of like the way the wax copper bulb looks there. It looks rather smart. We have more wax copper bulbs too, and all we need is the one redstone torch to light them. I don't know about leaving it right there necessarily. I think we could probably place it closer to the ground, or maybe closer to the middle. Right there, perhaps? And then we just turn it on. Oh, does that not work? Hello? Probably needs to be applied, like, underneath. There we go. That's a little annoying. We might be better off with a button. We gotta figure out how this, like, ends, right? So we have a trail going along back here. And that way a ways as well. I suppose we ought to take influence from this here. This is quite sizable, though, is the only issue. And you know what isn't quite sizable? Is the tiny little gap in space that we have at the end of this hallway. It's just not quite that big. It's like, look at this. We'd need to, like, if we took this bit away, maybe we'd be getting somewhere. That, or we shave off more of the mountain and make a bigger gap, which we could do, but we are getting dangerously close to the edge of the basement. I'm pretty sure it's, like, on the other side of this dirt. Probably not that far. I think we had to put it, like, right here. Just have the door be there in the middle. Unless we can shave this little bit off and move it back, like, one more block. Because if we can get it in here, then we can have, like, a little bit of a something sticking out. Like, not as much as on the front, because I'm pretty sure it sticks out 2 full blocks in the front here, right? Yeah. Placing this thing here really kind of bit us in the behind, didn't it, now that we're trying to do this. I suppose we could split it into 2 separate setups, divide this down the middle, and have, like, Patreon supporters on one side and channel members on the other, and the entrance in the middle. And now that I'm saying that, I don't dislike the idea at all. We're not going to, though. There is something to that idea, though, isn't there? There's something there. Tell you what, for now, let's just make a mess. It cannot be that hard. It cannot be that hard. Boop. Yep, we're gonna frame this up and we're gonna see how it turns out. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, I'm pretty sure I followed the exact same design here, such that I even got the lantern. Yeah. That's pretty much one-to-one. Little dirt path going in there. Make sure we don't have anything funky poking around the corners there. Okay, so the question now is, do we leave it like that, where it's like hidden away behind here? Or do we do what I suggested a second ago and break a hole down the middle here and separate this thing in two? I think you know what we have to do. What do you think? Good? Bad? Should we not have? Should we definitely? Did we do the right thing? Like, what do you think we've done here? I trimmed them up a bit more than I thought I would. I actually trimmed them up a little bit less, so I had 5 panes of glass, and there was just like, obviously a 3x in the middle here, but these were only a single gap in between them, and I was like, I feel like it would look better if we extended it further, and I feel like it does. I feel like it is much better like this. Now, obviously we have less room for expansion, so if someone watching at home decides they want to become a supporter on YouTube, this is going to fill up real fast. Fortunately, we have more room over on Patreon, which is the way to go, by the way. It supports all the channels at once. Just throwing that out there. Patreon.howdyfolks.net, link in the description. But now the only thing left to do is tidy up the wall a little bit. Just tidy this up a bit. Like we don't want cobblestone on display. That's not something we want. I moved my chest in here with all of the things like stone, which we will probably need some stone, some grass, and some dirt. And then I did also think to add a pressure plate. And oh good, it's raining. Perfect. Exactly how I want to be walking around in the mud on the side of a mountain. That's exactly what I want. Yes, very good. Very good. Rain. What could go wrong? I thought about getting rid of this dirt, and I might still get rid of that dirt. Like, we can, like, trim it away like that. And yeah, that still looks okay. Let's actually use, like, grass in there to sort of, promote. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with exposed stone. I just don't want it here. Then I think we just need to trim this piece up a bit. Like that. Make it sort of less of a dramatic kind of a drop-off. Maybe a couple extra pieces. Grass, grass, grass. That's a bit of an abrupt drop there. Maybe instead we do grass right there and then dirt back there. Maybe not that much. These are getting a little wild over here at Caillou's house. Yeah, that's better. That's cleaner. That's nicer. All around, everything is looking much better. You know what we need, though? We need firefly bushes. We have 1 left over. So we're going to make a bunch more. And then that way we'll have a bunch more left over. Hopefully for the future. I think that this is probably the first time that we've ever taken the truth of this idea that things... Oh, well, that grass grew in as soon as I was ready to replace it. But this idea that nothing is permanent and we can change it if we need to. We've talked about that a lot since the start of this series, and we've never actually had reason to do so. Or, I mean, we've had reason, we've just never had opportunity. But with this is something we literally built a week ago, and then immediately we're like, you know what? It suits what we're doing now better to split it. Which I stand by. I definitely stand by. Let's get some more bone meal. We know that these can potentially lead to performance issues. But, gosh darn it, if I don't just like them so much. And now I want to get a really nice thumbnail, but it's raining. And I don't want it to be raining in the thumbnail. But, like, what are my options? Well, the sun will be setting soon enough. Perfect. Perfect photo. Now we just wait for nighttime. You know what? You can't actually see the insects until you get closer. And even now, I still don't see them. I guess they tend to come out more at night, maybe? There they are. There's one of them, at least. Oh, yeah. There we go. I keep forgetting, though, the thumbnails aren't ultra-wide. So, like, I can see everything here, but we do have to go further back. Oh dear. In order for everything to actually be visible in the thumbnail, because you gotta pinch it into a 16:9. I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty darn good. And I just realized, you know what, we forgot to finish the lighting inside. I did this because this is what we did kind of downstairs, at the other door, you know, a couple layers down. But if we're gonna be using these... we might not do that, actually. What I was thinking about doing was just having them like this. So, one there at the entrance, one there next to the exit, and then one right there in the middle. And I think that looks fine. Yeah, that's good. I think we're done for the day. I think we're finally finished. So, as we get ready to head out, I want to give a very warm shout out to all of our YouTube channel members, including Gilliam, Janko McDouling, Jake Yates, Ewan Morgan, Lucas Kitts, Deadbull5K, Yorick Vasselgen, A Snake, Patrick Pajala, Gamer225, Ron Mystic Jack, Lunar Defect, and Matt99Rich, as well as all of our Patreon supporters, including our executive producers, Jarl Lucas Kitts and Imperator Jake Yates, as well as Anthony, Nicholas Alvarez, Gilliam, and Maximinus GSNL. Thank you all for your continued support. Thank you to everyone for your continued viewership. And I hope to see you all in the next installment tomorrow, where we're going to go to the roof of the Nether and build another Nether frame thing. I'll see y'all then. Bye!